YouTube is definitely one of the best side hustles you can start if you want to start earning some extra money on the site. It is easy, it has a low entry barrier, and you don't need anyone's approval to get started. The only approval you will need is from that guy and gal inside your head that is constantly telling you not to do it. And please don't blame them, they're just trying to protect you from embarrassing yourself, and they would rather you give up the opportunity to live a completely different lifestyle, one that is different from the typical 9 to 5. But they can be a little overprotective, so be sure to have a separate discussion with the other person in your head. Hey, welcome back, it's me Kevin, and I want to tell you that if you're able to run a successful YouTube channel, then you have pretty much set yourself up for success, and you can achieve anything you want if you set your mind to it. So today I thought I might do something a little different. Instead of the regular tips and tricks to grow your YouTube channel, maybe it would be good to just take a moment and talk about YouTube as a side hustle and potentially turning your YouTube channel into a 4 to 5 figure income generator per month. First, I want to highlight the importance of having a side hustle these days. When I was a kid, I've always been taught that as long as I study hard, I graduate, I get a degree, I find a stable job, then I'm pretty much set for life. During that time, there are no side hustles because there's no time to do a side hustle. I mean, can you imagine working 9 to 5 every day, coming home, and then heading back outside again just to sell some candy or something? I'll be too tired to even think about it, let alone do it. But in this modern era, it is different, and I can think of 2 reasons why you should start thinking about doing some side hustles. The first reason is because what we were told as a kid no longer applies as the world continues to advance. I'm not sure how old you are, but back in my days, mobile phones has yet to be invented, and computer is a brand new thing. Microsoft is relatively unknown and has only started making its mark, and having a computer in your household is considered a luxury. So with all that we have during that time, we can only anticipate what we should be doing during that time, which is why the advice given to me by my parents to study hard to find a stable job, that only applies during that time because that's actually the safest bet. But now, in this day and age, we are blessed with technology, and trust me, this has got nothing to do with me being obsessed with technology. Just have a think for a second. Back then, we can't have any side hustles while working a full-time job simply because we do not have the time to do it. But now we do, and everything works at the palm of our hand. And thanks to the internet, we are more connected than ever. With great technology comes great opportunity. Okay, that was such a bad Spider-Man reference. And you can see that for yourself. Those people who took the opportunity to start YouTube as a side hustle, they managed to turn that into a business and completely change their lifestyle. And that's what happens when you're willing to try something new instead of sticking to the old-fashioned way. The second reason is because of money, and mainly due to inflation. I don't know how to break this to you, but our money grows smaller every year. A piece of $10 notes can buy us 2 meals maybe 10 years ago, but now that same $10 note can only buy us 1 meal. So that piece of paper, that same $10 note, it dropped in value, and the only way to counter this is to get even more $10 notes. I wouldn't suggest relying on a job because jobs one day will have a hard time catching up to inflation. Your pay rise simply can't rise up as quick as inflation goes up, because as inflation goes up, cost goes up, and therefore businesses can't increase your salary. So you need to start thinking about doing some side hustles to earn some extra income, and that new stream of income must be something you have full control over and not something for the corporates to determine. You do not have to quit your job, you can love your job, but we don't know what can happen in the future, and someday the job you love may not return your love. But lucky for you, social media has created several crazy experiences for a lot of people and allowed you to earn income from the comfort of your own home. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all great platforms and possibilities, but I want to focus solely on YouTube today. You see, YouTube isn't exactly a social media platform. It is more of a hybrid between a social media and a search engine. What this means is, in social media, your content will always need to be relevant, it needs to be up to date, and you need to constantly upload new content every single day. Because that's how social media like Instagram and Facebook works, right? Those platforms are always showing you the latest news on your newsfeed. They wouldn't show something that is like, say, a year ago. In comparisons, because YouTube is a search engine just like Google, the content you create will stay in there for a long time. And it will appear when someone searches for it, and it will also appear a few years later when the YouTube algorithm starts being weird. And speaking of YouTube algorithm, now is the best best time to destroy that like button so that this video gets the views it deserves. So make sure you do that now, and thank you very much. In my opinion, any side hustles I do must check 2 boxes: longevity and ownership, meaning whatever I create, I own it and it is not going to be a one-hit wonder. I'm the type of person who plays the long game because it is simply easier to outlast people in a competition. All you need is a little bit of patience, and that's what people are lacking these days, so it is very easy to run them over with patience. But in all seriousness, here are a few reasons why you should consider starting a YouTube channel if you are thinking of starting any side hustles. The first one is flexibility. Creating videos for YouTube is so easy. You don't need to purchase any additional equipment whatsoever because everyone has a smartphone in their pockets these days. And your smartphone comes with a video camera, and if yours doesn't have one, then my apologies in advance for making such selfish assumption. But how are you watching this video right now? Side hustle is all about having the flexibility to work on it. I wouldn't recommend quitting your job just to pursue your side hustle. That would be silly. Instead, I would rather work on my side hustle a little bit every single day at my own pace, at my leisure, at my own time. That way, that wouldn't cause me stress and it keeps my momentum going. The second one is going with trends. When the internet was born, we are connected via websites, and then Facebook came along and we are connected via text in our posts, and then Instagram came along and we're connected via photos and captions. So the next thing to connect us together is by videos, and I'm not making this up. There are many big companies out there who have been talking about how videos are so much more effective than plain text and photos. If you want to start a side hustle, you want to do something that is going to last, and a video can do that for you. Videos allows you to connect with your audience at an emotional level, just like what I'm doing with you right now. If I have no passion in sharing or helping you out, then I wouldn't be talking like this with you right now. But the same can't be said if I were to type this out, right? That all depends on your imagination on what my tone is, and it is just different. And if you think about it, videos are pretty much everywhere these days thanks to facial recognition and augmented reality. TikTok got to where it is today thanks to videos as well. The third one is you own the videos you upload to YouTube. Any videos you produce, you have 100% ownership. So if one day YouTube were to shut down, you do not have to worry because you can always repurpose those videos and upload them to a different platform. The same can't be said for photos. If Instagram were to shut down, you'll have to scroll through thousands and thousands of photos, recreate those captions, and move them all to the next photo sharing platform. The amount of work and effort involved is enough to make you quit, and I would quit if I were you. Of course, this is a what if scenario. I don't think that many people are sharing photos nowadays. They are more like doing more Instagram stories than ever, which disappears after a day. You can sort of tell I'm not a photo person, maybe because I haven't figured out how to use a camera professionally. The fourth is self-branding. There is nothing more powerful than building a brand around yourself, and YouTube is one of the best places to do it. If I were to give you one very important advice on side hustles, is that you should not overthink too much. Do not try and create the next Facebook or become the next Apple. Those are great dreams, but they do not start as a side hustle. Those requires a tremendous amount of time, efforts, and marketing. Instead, what I suggest you should do is build yourself up as your own brand so that it makes it easier for you to pitch ideas and do marketing for your product in the future after you have created an online social recognition. And I'm not telling you this as someone who is doing self-branding. I am far from being a brand, and I am far from having any following. But what I'm sharing with you is my own experience where I have failed in marketing so many times even when I have the best products on hand. And I failed in marketing because people just have a lack of trust in me, and that's why I couldn't close any sales even if I am 100% genuine. To build trust takes a long time, but it is doable, especially on YouTube. It is ridiculously hard to fake you on YouTube, and even if you can fake it, your viewers will know because they are extremely smart, so don't treat them like some sort of idiot. The final one is getting that win-win situation. YouTube is a platform where you can earn money whilst you are building up your brand. Do I really need to say more? It is like you're trying to make it out there, but at the same time, you get paid from ads for the content you produce on YouTube that you actually own. So you're creating content for yourself, you're building up your brands, and because you upload your content on YouTube, YouTube is willing to pay you for it, assuming you're monetized. And if you don't like it, you can take the video down so that YouTube can't make money off of you. You basically have full control over your own creation, and if that doesn't make you happy, then I don't know what else does. Let me share one quick advice with you. If you want to work on a side hustle, make sure to pick something that is easy to start with. Do not start with something fancy or big because it is really hard to find motivation to do it. Start with something easy like a YouTube channel and see if side hustle is the thing for you. If it is, great, continue working on it for a few more months, review it, and then see if side hustle is still a thing for you. Don't be like me. I love creating mobile apps. I can spend months and months creating a product that I thought is perfect only to get little to no downloads at all. It is fun, but it is only fun if I have another income stream to back me up financially. Otherwise, a side hustle that doesn't generate income is a side hustle that is doomed from the start. So there you go, the reason why side hustle is important these days and why YouTube channel is one of the easiest side hustle you can start if you are still thinking about it. Let me know in the comments below what are your thoughts on running a YouTube channel as a side hustle and what exactly is your purpose. I love to read them all. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe if you haven't. That would be much appreciated. With that said, thank you for your time and I'll catch you again soon. See ya.